I'm Aaron Boson-Patel, Vice President of Innovation at TM Forum, and I'm really delighted today to be joined by Tattis, the VP and Senior Partner of Global Telco Media Industry at IBM, and Rakhee Chachra, the TME Research Leader at IBV. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're really delighted that IBM have recently invested in certifying their senior leaders in TM Forum's autonomous networks levels. Tell me, what strategic value did you see in this? Because we're seeing so many members saying they want to understand where they're being certified.
So Aaron, first of all, thank you very much for having us here. It's a pleasure to be in another TDW event. In IBM, it's perfectly aligns what we're doing as a company with what we are just certified and invested in our senior leaders. So we practically, we have cloud, we have artificial intelligence, we have automation, core areas for IBM. Now, on top of that, as you know, our commitment to the telecommunication industry, it's very strong, has always been strong, and specifically our practice in network and OSS transformation, it's in the heart of telecommunications for us. And that's where autonomous networks fits. We've been working on that for quite some time. And we made the decision to certify our key leaders for a reason, so they can have standard-based discussions with our clients. We want to continue our support and collaboration with TM Forum. And we want to ensure that our leaders speak to our clients in a credible fashion and take them to this autonomous network journey, which already has started, right, with many of our clients. And they do it clearly and with confidence.
Absolutely. And IBM's done a lot of work in AI and automation. So how does this align with yours and the industry's vision of how we move forward?
Yeah, so basically, everything we do, it fits within our core transformation in telco, right? So it is very important, that our blueprints, our methodologies, everything we do, everything we've been updating recently, it is all done based on standards and based on what our clients are requiring. And that's why our continuous investment, this is something we did now, and we invested on many senior partners, more than 15, right? But we're going to continue doing that, right? So it's very important. Our offerings, have been evolving over the last period of time, and this continuously happening. But all these are happening with collaborating with clients. And we're collaborating, creating new values. And basically the objective is to provide innovation, of course, efficiency as the request from us, but also growth for them and their revenue streams.
No, absolutely. And we're really delighted to see that 30 plus CSPs have now taken the autonomous network levels assessment, really driving the industry forward. We're seeing the levels are around 2.3 for most operators. So now you've got the training, now you're ready to go forward. How is this going to change what IBM's doing and taking the industry forward?
Yeah, so there is internal and external, obviously, impact here, right? So the internal impact for us is very obvious, and it's very timely, actually, Aaron. Because not only we've been in the process of refreshing all our offerings and blueprints, and we're doing this with the TM Forum standards. We're also updating and reinforcing our autonomous AI-driven autonomous operations model across the telco cloud, across applications. And this is something we've been doing over the past several years, but now it's in a different area. It's a different domain with the full force of the standards-based body here. Right? And that is also why we believe our telco leaders, senior leaders, have to continue this involvement with TM Forum. It should not be done in isolation. Our maturity, assessments, that has already been updated to create the latest, to embed the latest evaluation tools and templates using Unlit. And this is what we're doing with our clients. And always giving feedback back to the standards body, so we ensure we're in continuous feedback loop.
Absolutely. And Rakhee, really delighted. I know we've been working together and we've been previewing some results of the latest report that we've been doing, really looking at how you deploy, AI and AN at scale. And as we go on that journey towards level 4, based on your research, what are you seeing are the big actions that CSPs need to take?
Well, I can clearly tell you there's a lot of ambition out there, but progress is not perhaps in sync with that ambition. Just to kind of illustrate the point, when we asked our surveyors where they are at in the maturity level across the different network domains, they're somewhere at 1.9. And it's less than 6% are even close to AN level 4. And but they want to reach 22% in 3 years, right? So they're not there yet, but there's usually ambitious to get there. So there is a gap between reality and ambition. And I think there are two perhaps major challenges that they are seeing. One is on the way the organization is or self-organized, like the organization silos. And the other one is related to the data management framework. So if I were to kind of look at two things that they could do, the first one would be perhaps having this cross-functional autonomous network council. So normally what they do is they have like 4 out of 10 have something similar. And when we've seen that when they have a council that works together, they normally get networks and IT working together. I'm saying expand that. Get network, IT, operations, business, strategy, even get your partners in, get your cloud vendor in, get your integrators in. Have something that is across the board and have them working towards a defined roadmap. Now, when you do something like that, you're all invested. You know, you got the same goals in mind. So that's perhaps one. And on the other aspect, which is on the data side, I think invest or build that data observability fabric. What we have seen when we asked our participants, they said the biggest challenge they had was that they have data silos, they have data quality issues. And the second challenge was the technical complexity of having AI in the loop because of different cloud providers, different legacy systems. So it's not easy. You want to get there, but it isn't easy. So one clear thing to do is take your raw data, convert it into data products, put it into your observability framework, which will give you the insights, and then you can get closer to your closed loop. So essentially get rid of your data silos. Now, if you do these two things, move towards governance, move towards modernization, you're fundamentally building the foundational blocks, and you're going to be able to get out of this AI pilot fatigue, because everyone's just piloting all of this all over the time, but kind of move towards implementing more scalable, resilient, adaptive networks. So those would be my two things moving forward.
I think that's so important. I love what you just said there about that ecosystem, bringing everybody together. And that's something we should have probably talked a little bit more about whilst we've been here. So if I ask you one question, if there's one thing CSPs can do now to drive towards this level 4 of automation and having AI in their operations, what's the one thing?
Okay, it kind of ties into the first thing. I think at the end, it's all about this shared journey. So if there were one thing they need to do, they need to look at investing or adopting this open, cloud-native, partner-enabled platform. And when I talk about this, I'm saying include cloud, AI, get network innovation through shared architecture, shared APIs, and outcomes. So when you're all working towards the same objective, tying into what I said earlier, we have a lot of experimentation happening. You have these sandboxes, but we don't kind of define clear targets. So say, I want to get 20% MTTR saving. It should be on each and every partner that's there. So when you have that accountability, then you're kind of moving away from saying, I only do this part, to saying, I'm now invested in the business outcome. So there's no one single thing that will make the change. It's not one technology. It's how you scale AI across this open partner-enabled platform. I think that's the mantra. And if we kind of get there, we shall see a drastic change.
So the mantra is really about that ecosystem, developing it and getting everybody in together. Well, Thomas, Rakhee, thank you very much for joining me today.